Do you know which dog breeds actually make life harder for seniors? Most people assume that any small or gentle-looking dog is a good fit for someone in their retirement years. But the reality is that some of the sweetest-looking breeds are also the most exhausting to live with, and some of the biggest breeds are dangerous simply because of their size. Here are 10 dog breeds backed by veterinarians and senior care experts that most seniors should think twice about before bringing home. Number 10. The Great Dane. The Great Dane looks like a gentle giant, and their temperament actually lives up to that reputation. They are known for being affectionate, calm, and surprisingly good with families. So why do they show up on nearly every worst breeds for seniors list? It comes down to two things: size and lifespan. According to the AKC, Great Danes typically weigh between 110 and 175 pounds and can stand nearly as tall as a person on their hind legs. Even the most well-trained Great Dane can accidentally knock a senior off balance just by turning around too quickly. Any pull on the leash from a dog that size can be enough to cause a serious fall. The other issue is emotional. Great Danes have one of the shortest lifespans of any dog breed, usually only 7 to 10 years. For seniors who want a long-term companion, losing a dog that quickly can be especially difficult. Their care costs are also higher than most breeds simply because everything scales with their size. More food, bigger beds, larger vet bills. For most seniors, the Great Dane is a wonderful breed in the wrong body for their stage of life. Number 9. The German Shepherd. The German Shepherd is one of the most popular dog breeds in the world for good reason. They are intelligent, loyal, protective, and endlessly capable. But they are also one of the breeds that veterinarians most commonly wish seniors would reconsider before adopting. According to the AKC, an adult German Shepherd typically weighs between 50 and 90 pounds and has been shown to pull twice its own body weight. That much strength on the other end of a leash is a real fall risk for anyone with reduced balance or grip strength. They also need significant exercise. A well-cared-for German Shepherd needs at least 2 hours of activity every day, plus mental stimulation through training or puzzle work. Without that outlet, they can become anxious, destructive, or overly protective in ways that create liability for their owner. The other consideration is their tendency toward hip and joint problems. German Shepherds are prone to hip dysplasia, degenerative myelopathy, and arthritis as they age. That means potentially expensive vet care and the need to sometimes lift or carry a large dog, which most seniors are not physically able to do safely. For an active, experienced dog owner, they are exceptional companions. For most seniors, they are simply too much dog. Number 8. The Dalmatian. Most people know Dalmatians from the movies. Calm, elegant, spotted, and posed. What the movies do not show is that these dogs were originally bred to run alongside horse-drawn carriages for miles at a time. That endurance is still built into every Dalmatian today. According to the AKC, Dalmatians are described as playful, energetic, and highly athletic. They need long walks, daily runs, and consistent mental engagement. A bored Dalmatian is a destructive Dalmatian. They chew, dig, bark, and even pace around the house when they do not get the activity they need. Beyond the exercise demands, Dalmatians come with a specific set of health issues that make them expensive to own. Roughly 30% of Dalmatians are born deaf in one or both ears, which can complicate training and communication. They are also prone to skin allergies, urinary stones, and other conditions that require careful diet management and regular vet visits. For a senior looking for a calm, easy companion, a Dalmatian brings more work than most people realize. They are stunning to look at, but the reality of owning one is closer to having a full-time responsibility than a relaxing pet. Number 7. The Labrador Retriever. Almost every senior imagines a Labrador Retriever as the perfect family dog. Calm, loving, patient, gentle, with kids and grandkids. That image is not entirely wrong, but it usually describes an older lab that has already been through years of consistent exercise and training. The reality of raising a young lab is very different. According to the AKC, Labrador Retrievers are one of the most energetic breeds during their first 3 to 4 years. They pull hard on the leash, jump up on people out of excitement, and need a serious amount of physical activity every single day to stay balanced. At around 55 to 80 pounds, a lab can easily knock over a senior during an enthusiastic greeting or pull them off their feet on a walk. Their tendency to overeat also makes them prone to weight gain, which brings its own set of joint problems as they age. Labs are wonderful dogs, but the lab that most seniors picture in their head is not the one they will actually bring home from a breeder or rescue. The dog they take home will be a young, athletic energy machine, and for many seniors, keeping up with that energy simply is not realistic. Number 6. The Rottweiler. Rottweilers are loyal, confident, and deeply attached to their family, but they are also one of the strongest and most physically demanding breeds on this list, and that is exactly what makes them a challenging choice for older owners. According to the AKC, an adult Rottweiler typically weighs between 80 and 135 pounds with dense muscle throughout their body. They are natural guardians, which means they are also naturally suspicious of strangers. That protective instinct requires consistent training and confident handling from a young age. Without that structure, Rottweilers can become difficult to manage, especially around unfamiliar visitors. Physically, they need at least an hour of vigorous exercise daily. and walking a Rottweiler requires real strength. Even a well-trained Rottie can pull hard if they see another dog, a squirrel, or a person they want to greet. For a senior with any mobility limitations, that unpredictability can be dangerous. They are also prone to specific health issues including hip dysplasia, heart conditions, and certain types of cancer, which can lead to significant vet expenses over time. Rottweilers are exceptional dogs in the right home. That home is usually not a senior household. Number 5. The Australian Shepherd. Australian Shepherds look like the perfect medium-sized family dog, but looks can be deceiving. According to the AKC, Aussies were bred as herding dogs, and their entire genetic wiring is built around working long hours in open spaces. They are incredibly intelligent, which sounds like a good thing until you realize that intelligence needs an outlet. Without daily exercise and mental engagement, an Australian Shepherd will find their own entertainment, and that usually looks like destroyed furniture, obsessive behaviors, or non-stop herding attempts on family members. Their exercise needs are significant. Most experts recommend at least 2 hours of physical activity per day, plus training or puzzle work to keep their minds occupied. That is a schedule most seniors cannot realistically maintain, especially in bad weather or during health setbacks. Aussies also form intense bonds with one person, which can lead to separation anxiety when their favorite human is not available. And because they are herding dogs at their core, they may try to herd small children, other pets, or even their owner by nipping at heels and circling. For a farm, a ranch, or an active family, they are extraordinary. For a quiet retirement home, they are chaos waiting to happen. Number 4. The Border Collie. The Border Collie is considered the most intelligent dog breed in the world, and that intelligence is exactly why they are one of the worst possible choices for most seniors. According to the AKC, Border Collies are extreme working dogs originally bred to herd sheep across the hills of the border between Scotland and England. Their brain never turns off. They need constant mental stimulation and hours of daily exercise, or they will invent their own entertainment. Most Border Collie behavior problems come down to boredom, and boredom in this breed manifests as anxiety, destruction, and obsessive behaviors. Even experienced dog trainers acknowledge that Border Collies are exhausting to live with unless you can provide them the kind of active engagement they need. Long walks are not enough. They need agility training, herding activities, puzzle games, or serious jobs like scent work. They also tend to be highly sensitive to sound, movement, and environmental changes, which makes them reactive dogs. That reactivity can be difficult to manage on a leash if a senior cannot physically or mentally keep up with what the dog is picking up on. Border Collies are one of the most rewarding breeds for the right owner. That owner is almost never a senior looking for peace and quiet. Number 3. The Siberian Husky. Huskies are absolutely stunning. That blue-eyed wolf-like appearance draws people in immediately, but behind that beauty is one of the most demanding dog breeds in existence. According to the AKC, Siberian Huskies were bred to pull sleds across the Arctic for hundreds of miles at a time. That endurance is not something you can train out of them. It is who they are. A husky needs multiple hours of vigorous exercise every single day. Without it, they become destructive in ways that are legendary among dog owners. Torn up couches, dug up yards, escape attempts, and howling that can be heard for blocks. They are also famous escape artists. Huskies can jump fences, dig under gates, and figure out how to open doors. A senior who cannot chase down a runaway dog is at real risk of losing their pet the moment the front door opens. Their pulling strength on a leash is another major concern. Huskies pull. That is what they were built to do. Walking one requires physical strength and balance that most seniors simply do not have. Huskies are incredible dogs, but they need a very specific kind of owner, and that owner is almost always someone in the prime of their life with a lot of energy to burn. Number 2. The Chihuahua. Here is where the list gets surprising, because most people assume that a tiny dog is automatically an easy dog, but that is not the case with Chihuahuas. According to the AKC, Chihuahuas are one of the smallest breeds in the world, but they have some of the biggest personalities. They tend to be territorial, easily overstimulated, and prone to nervous behaviors. Many Chihuahuas develop what trainers call small dog syndrome, where they act aggressive or fearful because they have not been treated like a regular dog by their owners. Their small size is actually one of the reasons they are dangerous for seniors. Chihuahuas are fragile. Their bones can break easily from a fall or accidental step. A senior with any balance issues can seriously injure a Chihuahua just by tripping over them. They are also difficult to house train, which can lead to consistent messes throughout the home. And because they tend to bond intensely with one person, they can become jealous or snappy toward visitors, grandchildren, or caregivers. Their bark is loud, frequent, and often triggered by small things like the doorbell, a passing car, or a leaf blowing across the yard. For a senior who wants a calm and quiet home, a Chihuahua is often the exact opposite of what they need. Number 1. The Jack Russell Terrier. Professional dog trainers specifically named the Jack Russell Terrier as the number 1 worst dog breed for seniors. And once you understand why, you will see this breed in a completely different light. According to the AKC, Jack Russells were bred in England to hunt foxes and small game. That means they are wired for prey drive, endurance, and intense focus. They chase everything that moves: squirrels, cats, other dogs, even shadows. They are also famous diggers, jumpers, and barkers, and they never seem to tire out. Behavior experts describe them as big dogs stuck in a small body. Despite typically weighing between 13 and 17 pounds, Jack Russells have the energy and mental drive of dogs 3 times their size. Without significant daily exercise and mental engagement, they become destructive fast. Chewed furniture, dug-up gardens, and constant barking are all common in bored Jack Russells. They are also incredibly strong for their size. When they lock onto a scent or a target, a Jack Russell can pull hard enough to make walking them unsafe for someone with balance issues. The saddest part is that these dogs frequently end up in shelters because their families cannot keep up with them. Even experienced dog owners have been overwhelmed by this breed. For a senior looking for a small, easy companion, a Jack Russell is one of the most exhausting mistakes they can make. So which one of these surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments and tell us if you have one of these breeds at home. If you found this helpful, hit like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.